Thank you for welcoming into your home and letting us stay here, learning from you, and treating us as family.
You are welcome. We are always family.
Thank you. Thank you for also allowing us to do this interview to the La Voz of Olodumare. The first thing I would want to say, how was it from you growing up in our practice here, and how was it growing up in our practice?
Thank you. Growing up as an Iyanifa, like training to be an Iyanifa is not an easy job. It's not something very easy. It's not something you just, as growing up in a Ifa family is something that you must do. You must follow the path of your parent. Like there's a song in Ifa that we sing as we Yoruba, we sing in Ile Yoruba, we say, "Tí a bá bímọ, tó bá jákọ, ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹfá fún, tó bá jábo, ẹ jẹ́ á fún lọ́kọ awo. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fẹ̀sì sọ́mọ lọ́kàn o, kẹ́ni tí ò mọ̀ ni kó má jogún ẹyin." The song simply means that let's educate our children so that our culture, our tradition is not going to perish. So that's why growing up to be an Iyanifa, like in Nigeria, there are different schools, there are schools, and in the schools, mostly they are dominated by the Christians and the Muslims. So as a little Iyanifa, like few people will want to associate with you, and the rest they'll be scared of you, because seeing you, they'll see you as like a mini god, that if they do anything wrong, you are going to harm them, you are going to do something to them. So growing up to be an Iyanifa is not an easy thing. In as a woman, growing up to be a Ifa devotee is not something that is so easy. But thank with Adupelo Wafa, everything is.
So there's a little bit pressure of growing up in the
Yes,
practice with
the
everybody
society, like when you went to like Christian school or Muslim schools, it's not something very
you get
easy.
bullied a bit.
Yes.
Is there pressure from your parents, within the practice itself, like you have to do this, and that, or it's just
no pressure. My parents are, if you want to practice as Iyanifa, yes, would support you. That's my parents for
That's good.
no pressure.
When you are also a Iyanifa, but you're also a Yalorisha. Is there, immediately when you initiate, whether it's a Iyanifa or Yalorisha, can you name yourself already a Iyanifa or Yalorisha, or there's a certain process in order to call yourself a Iyanifa or Yalorisha?
Thank you. That is the very mistake everybody make. Everybody thinks after getting initiated into Ifa, you are automatically Iyanifa, you are automatically Iyalorisha, and that's not the case. To be able to call yourself Iyanifa, Iyalorisha, like Iyalawo, you must have the knowledge, you must be trained, you must, like, what's the meaning of Iyanifa, to be precise? Iyanifa is mother of wisdom. So why will you call yourself Iyanifa when you have no wisdom? You have no wisdom, like you do not have the wisdom about Ifa. So, and why do you call yourself Iyalawo when you cannot keep the secret? Because Iyalawo means mother of secrets, while Babalawo means father of secrets, and Iyanifa means a female, a woman that has the knowledge about Ifa, that can consult Ifa either with Okpele or Ikin. So being initiated, you cannot call yourself Iyanifa or Iyalawo.
How long did it take you from when you were young to profound knowledge in order to practice and teach and to initiate in Orisha or Iyanifa?
In Yoruba land,
In Yoruba.
when you give birth to a child, when you give birth to your son, your daughter, and the child is like 5 years, your parents are going to take you to maybe their friends that are babalawo. They are going to take you to them. So immediately you start learning, because by 5 years in Yoruba land, it is believed that you can understand things. So you start learning from Ejiogbe or Yekumeji, you start learning, and after that you start learning how to use Paka to consult Ifa, to know more about Ifa. So as a Babalawo, when you come from a Babalawo family, from 5 years you see that, and some people lower, but from 5 years, by 5 years the child can be able to understand some things. So from 5 years you start learning. The learning process begins.
From being a young learning practitioner here in Yoruba land to now adulthood, that you now are married to a Babalao, you have children, you're building something here. How has your mindset changed from being young to now in adulthood? How has it evolved?
It has changed many things, because Ifa itself is wisdom. When you start learning Ifa, when you learn Ifa, there are some things that you will never be involved. There are some things that you never do, like an Ifa practitioner. You can never be wayward, because Ifa have already said so many things about being wayward. As an Ifa practitioner, there are some iwapele that you have to do, that you when I grow up, I want to stop my friends from believing in any other religion. I want everybody to be an Iyanifa. I want everybody to be Orisa. I want everybody to know everything about Ifa. But growing up, so when I grew, I see that Ifa is not everybody that are going to accept your religion. No, it's not everybody, but your own is just to do everything right and make yourself a good example of this Orisha. So when they see you, they will not use it to abuse Ifa.
Gotcha. You first initiated in Ifa, and then you specialize. What other things have you specialized as, like Orisha? Like what other things have you profound your knowledge in?
I am Iyanifa, and I'm also Iyalorisha. And I also studied. I am a graduate of Bestowa University in Cotonou, and I went to SPED, Federal College of Education, Oyo State, to study theatre art. And the reason why I went to study theatre is that mostly people here is the Yoruba, like the Yoruba movie industries. Through their movie, they painted our Orisha. They painted so many of our deities, our Ifa, as bad, especially Eshu or Ogun or Sos. They painted them as like they are demon. They are something you should not go close to. But why did I go to Ifa SPED to study theatre is that when I have the knowledge on how to act, and there are so many stories in Ifa, and you start lecturing people about it, you start telling people about it, they will start having the knowledge and knowing that our Orisha, our Irunmole, they are not bad, just the way the movie industry want them to be. Because most people they are saying that Eshu is this. Ask them, most of them are not Olorisha, they are not Iyanifa, they are not Babalawo. They know nothing about this Irunmole, and you just see them, they'll just write scripts, start acting, start portraying our Orisha as if they are evil. So if you want to change something, you have to make the change begins with you.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to go into producing movies, like letting people know what our Orisha, what they stand for, why you should feed or you should practice them.
Yeah, a lot of people want to assume they know and they are scared of what they don't know, so they start talking
and they
bad.
start talking bad on what they don't.
I agree. I have a question now regarding here in Yoruba land. How is it different from a Iyanifa and a Babalao?
As an Iyanifa, there are some things you cannot do. As an Iyanifa, you cannot initiate people, because there are some things you cannot see, like Oro, like Odu. There are some things you cannot do. So Iyanifa function is limited. Like you cannot initiate people as an Iyanifa. But every other thing, like consulting, like making ebo, like making akoshe, you can.
Okay, that's a good question. So just to clarify, a Iyanifa can cast Ifa, do consultation, do ebo, and cast Ifa with ikines and do
with ikin or okpele.
Okay, that's a good question to clarify out to the people out in the world. Is there any message that you would see the importance of initiating an Ifa, or a message to the for you to the world in order to learn about a religion, or to come and contact you and profounding the knowledge in our practice?
I will answer that question with an old way in Obiate. The Ifa says, he said, Eminigori, Eminingori, Eminingori, Adifa for Orunmila, Baba Moyare, Baba Momore, Wogwe Ara Iniku, Oni Igba Iniku Momaya Mire, Eminingori, 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 Gori, Igba Iniku Momomo Mire, Eminingori, 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 Gori. It means Orunmila himself initiates his wife, his children. That means Ifa is for everybody. Even if you are a woman, you are a man, Ifa is for everybody. Everybody has the right to know their destiny. Everybody has the right to know their Ewo, not just the men. You know, now we are in male-dominated society. They want to dominate the woman. They want to be in control. They want to be in charge. But as a woman, if you want to limit yourself, it depends on how you want to portray yourself. If you want to limit yourself, then let their limitation. So you have to, as a woman, you can learn Ifa, you can be an Iyanifa, you can be an Iyalorisha. See, when Orunmila itself did not discriminate, so why are you making people discriminate between being an Iyanifa or not? No. As a Iyanifa, a woman, you can learn Ifa, you can in as much as you can learn it, you can learn it and be a good Iyanifa. And most especially, let your behavior, your Iwa, you know, Ifa specifically talks so much about our Iwa Pele. So make sure your Iwa speak for you.
Your character. You also teach Iyalorisha, Iyanifa, and Onishegun. What would you recommend students that want to learn with you and come here and see what we come here to see, and actually see where it all started from? Like, how can people contact you and in order to learn more?
If anybody that wants to contact me, when they see you, they see me. So anyone that wants to contact me can contact you. So, and anybody that wants to learn Ifa or wants to learn, feel free to learn whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you not to learn anything. Don't let anybody tell you not to get initiated. Don't let anybody tell you stop, don't do this, don't do that. No, in as much as you can learn it, go for the knowledge, learn it. Let the difference start with you.
Ashe.
Don't let someone or somebody, or because of them wants to dominate you, don't let their opinion matter to you. Learn if you want to learn, and you see that IIfá is going to help everybody.
Ashe. Well, thank you once again for welcoming into your house and doing this with us. Thank you, and hope to see you here in La Voz of the Olodumare. This is Miami.
Ashe.